everyone. Welcome back to my channel. Today we are here with Revelina. Thank you so much for joining us. How are you doing this Friday?
So excited to be on this show. Very grateful to be included, as one of the many realtors you interview. So thank you for the opportunity.
Of course. Let's jump right in. What is your favorite part of being a real estate agent?
Definitely the people. For me, that's the most fulfilling part. Is meeting new people, building relationships, and helping people transition to their next chapter. It's very fulfilling. I was doing something else for like 20 years. I was working, for a corporation, and I just was lacking that fulfillment aspect, right? And so
Yeah,
when I transitioned to real estate, I'm like, oh my God, I found my calling. And
amazing.
yeah, no, it's great. Like I can't imagine doing anything else and just I'm not super, of course I'm transactional in where I get the job done, right? But
Mhm.
I'm relationship based, right? So I'm all about building relationships. So, from a first transaction, this is just the beginning. And I like to keep in touch with my clients consistently and making new friends. It's so fulfilling. That's all I can tell you. So,
That's awesome. That's amazing. What have you learned over the years that just makes you that exceptional agent?
well, as I mentioned, it's all about relationships. But I thought what was kind of different is relationships that you build with other agents and
Yeah.
vendors, contractors. You wouldn't think that that's like a big deal, but it really is. As many realtors as there are, right? It's still a small community, right? Reputation matters. Building relationship with other agents and other brokerages, that matters a lot in getting your offer accepted, having a smooth escrow, all of that, and then knowing like the right contractors and vendors, right? I've been through so many different contractors and vendors, and I've screened so many of them. So it's like by now at this point, right? I'm 8 years in. At this point, the ones that I'm referring, I feel really comfortable referring. I mean, I don't by any means like back up their work or anything. They're their own businesses, but I just know who are good, and I feel like I have a lot of value to bring just having been able to work with a bunch of different people. So I think
Yeah, you're like bringing a dream team along.
that's what it is, right? Having a team of people for whatever you need, because even after the transaction, right, clients will still call me. Of course, like I said, I'm relationship based. We're going to continue to connect, and they have needs, right? And so I am not just about helping you sell, right? I'm here for
Mhm.
whatever else you need. If I have any resources to provide or to hand off, I'm more than happy to do that.
That's awesome. Yeah, it's always good to be able to give that. I feel like that's like going the extra mile, right? Having those contractors and things, because it just makes the buyer or seller's life so much easier during the transaction. They feel like less stressed, which is awesome. Yeah. And that leads me to my next question. What part of town do you specialize in?
So currently, I live in San Leandro. Like I
Okay.
love my town. I've been here over 30 years. Right, I'm raising my children here. But of course, surrounding areas, right?
Mhm.
Hayward, Castro Valley, Oakland, Union City, Newark. So I'm in the East Bay primarily. However, I have
Okay.
ventured out outside of these areas because my clients, they'll take me where I'll go where they want to go, right? But
Yeah.
do trust that I do keep up with the trends. Even though I specialize in this area, I keep up with the
Mhm.
overall trends in the Bay Area, because you have to know these things, right? My clients could be looking here, but then we end up somewhere else, right? And I want to make sure I'm able to guide them, and through everything and through the market there. And so I'll connect with other local agents in that area also, just to get more info. So I'm all about, I dig. We have all the info that we need to make sure that we're well informed. I mean, this is a big decision, right? Buying, selling, it is
Yeah.
huge, right?
Yeah.
So I want to make sure that I'm well equipped to guide, to be like their best partner in that.
Yeah. That's awesome. Like, what are you seeing in your areas that you're in? Like, it's been I would say probably a very crazy 4 to 6 months in real estate that we've seen. Not only do we have like everything
So
going up and down with the interest rates, but we have the election coming up. So your boots on the ground, like what are you seeing? Are buyers getting back out there? Are we getting more inventory from sellers? Like what is
okay, so what it's looking like in all honesty, right? There's a lot of people that want to like sell like right now, right? But honestly, seasonally, this time of the year isn't super great, right? Like it's the
Mhm.
lower part of the season when you have the holidays coming up, right?
Yeah.
So I already gonna be a bunch of inventory January, February
Mhm.
in the spring because I know
Mhm.
I have sellers, right? But also there's a lot of buyers at that time as well. But I know it's been up and down, and I would say like generally homes that are very desirable, I would say pretty move-in ready, they're going to get multiple offers, right?
Yeah.
However, the difference that I've seen in the past few years is that even though with the multiple offers, it's not going crazy above asking. Before it's like, oh, 100K, 200K, right? That was no, that's not anymore, right? What I'm seeing is like even with 7 offers, for example, with one listing that I had, right? 7 offers, you think you're gonna go like way over asking, but most of them are coming in around asking, a little bit above asking, right? Even with
Mhm.
multiple offers. So I would say that buyers aren't as aggressive as they used to be, which
Mhm.
makes sense. The interest rates are higher. A lot of buyers are very monthly payment conscious, which
Yeah.
makes right? I mean, totally understandable. Even though they can afford like way more, it's not about what they can afford. It's about what they're comfortable with on a
Yes.
monthly
Yes.
basis in the long run. Because interest rates are supposed to drop, but we don't know exactly when that's going to hit the mortgage rates, when that's going to happen. So there's a lot of
Yeah.
unknown factors. So a lot of my clients are a lot of my buyers, um, they to be at a comfortable monthly payment that they can
Mhm.
sustain for
Yeah.
for
Couple years, yeah.
generally. Just to answer your question, so homes are still getting multiple offers, not quite above asking price,
Mhm.
but so sellers are tending to list a little bit more, a little what they want
Mhm.
because of how the market is. And
Yeah.
but I'd say still strong. If it's a good house, good neighborhood, you know. I think the other thing I'm gonna add, I think a little bit of a challenge too is home insurance in California,
Yeah,
right? So
crazy.
it's hard. Companies that will insure, also that will give you a good rate. So finding a
Mhm.
home that is fairly
The
updated in
first
the
part of
last
the
right.
yeah.
So anyway, okay, I'll stop. I know I can go on forever. So
No, you're fine. That was good. It's good to have the good insight because I don't know what the right way to say it is, but California has so many little pockets of
mhm.
areas and they can be completely different. So like Silicon Valley can have a completely different trend than Sacramento or so it's like every area is completely different. So it's good to know like what you're seeing, what's going on because it's really not a blanket statement for the entire California, even between southern and northern. So
That's so true. Just kind of all depends, but I can tell you, I think in the East Bay here, very vibrant, very very diverse. Just
yeah.
and like just living in this area, you're like so close to everything. 20-30 minutes, San Francisco, San Jose, Peninsula. Like this area is just gonna continue and maintain its desirability. So
Yeah. I completely agree. I used to live in San Leandro for a little while. I love it. I love it, love
really
it, love it over there. Yes. I know, I know. It's good it's centrally located. There's so many things to do. Like it's just a great area to be in for sure. Like
yeah, I'm a big fan. I'm a big fan. It's like, yeah, I've bought 3 there, so it's
oh my
just
gosh, you're like, this is where I'm at. This is where I'm staying.
I'm raising my children here.
Yeah.
I love how diverse it is. And people are very down to earth. People are, I so
Yeah, I love that. Lastly, what can a buyer or seller expect when working with you?
well, full commitment. So for me, I can
Yeah.
right now. One thing that I strive for every day is to make my clients, they're the only client that I have, right?
Yeah.
I would never make them feel like, oh, I'm sorry, I have something else going on. I can't, so I really just try my very best to accommodate their schedules, their questions. Like if we need to do 2 hours on a call, Zoom call, I like Zoom because I can share documents, right? I mean, like
Mhm.
with a buyer, I'll walk them disclosures, overview, contract, whatever they need, right? And I don't mind spending time, right? And so that's the thing that my buyers or my sellers can expect from me, is that I will give them the time that they need to go over documents, to go over things, to go over, I'll keep them informed. So my goal is my buyers, my sellers, right, with tools,
Mhm.
right?
Mhm.
So that they know how to make a very informed decision. For my buyers, I'm like, okay, well, this is the high level of the disclosures and the reports, so this is how you go through them, and this is the contract, right? So I empower them with the knowledge for that, right? For sellers, I empower them. Okay, this is the market trends. This is the latest, comp in the area. This is what we need to do in order to sell, above your expectations. So we'll
Yeah.
go over pros and cons. So for me, I will give you my time, right? I
Yeah.
think that's I and yeah, sure, I can have I'm really managing my calendar, managing my time. So I can have 10
Mhm.
clients, but they will never know it. So
Yeah.
my
Yeah.
client will never know that I have like 10 to 15 or whatever, right? I will figure it out, and I will make sure that I allot the right amount of time, especially like I have a good sense of what someone needs from me. When someone needs
Yeah.
time, I just very analytical, very detail oriented. They want to go through every little thing. I'll make sure I have a couple hours, right?
Yeah.
So some people are like, no, Rev, just give me, I just want a high level.
High level.
I'll give you 5 minutes, right? So
Yeah.
we figure, like, I collaborate a lot with my clients. I'm not, hey, we do this and we do that, right? This is about a, being a team or working together, right? To make sure that that we achieve the results that you want, right? So with clients, with sellers, I'll send them, oh, this is the pictures, this is the listing description, this is what we're gonna do. Like, I'm gonna make as involved as possible, so they know that whatever I put out there, marketing wise, that they 100,000% agree with it, right? So I
Yeah.
really value my clients' feedback, and
Mhm.
their concerns, their input. I'm very collaborative. Yeah.
Yeah. That's good. I feel like there's a lot of real estate agents out there that just kind of like tell you how it is. And if you don't agree, then, that's kind of it. It's good for you to collaborate and make it a joint effort. It makes the buyers and the sellers feel more involved. And I feel like it makes it more enjoyable of a process, which is good because this is one of the largest transactions you're going to make in your life. So it shouldn't be so
Yeah.
stressful and crazy. It should be, a good, happy experience. You should walk away, with a good taste in your mouth.
I agree, and like and that's my goal, is for them to feel good about it. However, right, just on the other side of things, there's people that are like, I don't know what a you
You,
market. I trust you 1,000%. So I'm also on the side where, if you don't really need guidance in making a decision, I will help you. I
yeah.
am I'm the professional. This is what I do, right? So if
Mhm.
you really trust me completely, I will say, okay, this is what we're gonna do, right? So I'm also not, I can take the lead 100%,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
But for clients that want to collaborate and be really involved, so I can change up, like everyone's different. That's what I love about this business.
Yeah.
Everyone's different, and it's like you just have, and I'm gonna adjust. What you need, right?
Yeah.
So I think that's a pretty big value that so
I absolutely agree, especially as like a mortgage broker and working with, real estate agents and things like it's
you
it's
know,
crucial. It makes it so much easier on both ends. It's just like such a more smooth transition. Well, that is
yeah.
awesome. And I cannot let you go without asking, how do we get in touch with you? If a buyer or seller is looking for a real estate agent in your area, how do we contact you?
Well, call me. Number one, love phone calls. My phone number, cell phone, 510-427-4315. You can go to also my website, revelina.com. How did I get that? I don't know, but I guess no one else knows my name at that website, so I'll take it. So you can go
For
there.
real.
Yeah, or you can also just go to email me, Revelina Realtor. Pretty simple. My first name, realtor at gmail.com. But social media also, I'm there. Revelina, Facebook, Revum, I think, in Instagram. So, but yeah, the ways to get a hold of me. So I definitely hope to hear from someone that's looking to
Yes,
buy.
absolutely.
I feel I can be a pretty good partner in that journey.
Yeah, I feel like you're an amazing agent. This is so awesome. Thank you so much for taking the time out of your day just to get on here, educate us a little bit about you, what's going on in the market, and how you're such a tier agent. So I appreciate your time.
Thank you so much for even reaching out to me and for considering me to be on this show. And I think you're doing amazing. By the way,
Thank
I would never. Yeah, no, I think that's great what you're doing. So thank you for your time, Marciana.
Yes, thank you. And we will speak soon. So
Marciana.
again,
How do
Martiana. Martiana.
oh my God, Martiana. Oh my! At the end of the podcast is when I like get your name right, Martiana. Very pretty.
Yes,
I
thank you.
definitely love that pronunciation. Okay. Well, thank you so much for your time. Really appreciate
You're
being on your
welcome.
show.
Yes, awesome. And have a good Friday.
Okay, you too. Bye.
Bye.